Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button. Leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's something you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Hanged Man. I wonder if we feel that right now our progress is kind of stalled out. Yeah, that there's something going on now that is, it's almost an obligation. It almost kind of feels like we're kind of trapped in this uncomfortable position, and we don't know why, we don't know how to get out of it. All right, let's see what's going on here. What is the message? Why are we feeling that things have kind of been, stopped? Right, that we need more cards. We've got a couple of aces here. We've got, well, that's one of your power cards, Capricorn. That's the Knight of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, okay. The Hierophant, all right. We got the Fool. We've got okay, now I'm seeing it. We've got some Liber energy. This is the Justice or Adjustment card. It's in the position of your environment. And this is kind of an obligation. This is almost a legal obligation, it kind of feels like, right? Especially when we've got that Hanged Man. And we feel like we're in this position because we signed on to something. We agreed to something here. We've got the Empress. We've got, clarity. All right, well, that's good. We've got some good aces here, right? Interesting that we don't see a lot of fire here, though, right? I mean, we've got a decent amount of earth energy. You know, even the Hierophant is some earth energy. We've got, we've got some air. We've got a little bit of water. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're just going to set it down here, put the frog on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise. I think it will be fun. I think it will be enlightening. Let's look around the room one more time. A lot of major arcana, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards. We don't have any fire. We've got some water. We've got some air. And then, of course, we have our earth energies. I feel like you're really on this trajectory of gaining some sort of a... I feel like you're on a path that's going to lead to you becoming this Hierophant energy. You're on your way to becoming a master, or getting your degree, or becoming the boss or the supervisor, right? Becoming the leader of something. You're on your way to becoming, getting the certificate, becoming the teacher, or like reaching this certain level in your life, right? And this is kind of representative of your goal, and this is what the Knight of Pentacles is looking at, right? And I see that ace right in the middle there. So when we're looking at it horizontally, you're kind of looking at things like, oh, there's one last step, and then you get to this goal. And this could, again, be the degree. This could be you kind of achieving a prominent position in whatever field you're in. Or maybe it's in a church. Maybe it's in your book club. Maybe it is whatever it is. It could be at school. It could be at work, right? It could be in the community somewhere. But this is the status, right? This is your exalted position in life. And I feel like you're almost there. And I think you feel like you're almost there. There's one There's one thing left, one step left to get there. But see, what we're looking at right now, we're looking up at this Four of Pentacles and thinking, I wish I could just get back to some sort of stable ground, because we're in this hanged man. We're floating around in this water. We're suspended here in the middle of things, and we can't get either to the safety of the shore, let alone get to our ultimate goal. This exalted position, this status, this promotion, this supervisor role or manager or owner, whatever, the degree, whatever this is going to be for you. We can't get there. We're just hoping we can at least get to some sort of solid ground. But what's going on? What has you suspended in this place where we feel like our dreams are kind of sinking, right? That our efforts now, our reality, our earth energy, all this is earth, right? Is sinking down into this and going back into this embryonic stage. It's kind of like we're taking the tree and we're trying to stuff it back into the little seed. But why? What's going on with you? Yeah. Why do we feel as if suddenly now with the hanged man, this is the feeling that we have to give something up, or that we're being punished for something? And this is kind of like there is something now, it's like we're almost there, we're almost at the finish line, and then, oh yeah, that thing hanging over my head. Is something catching up with you from the past? Is this a current obligation? Is this like the best perfect thing is right there, almost within your grasp, but you're still under contract over here with this company, right? Something like that. There's something going on that is involving another person, something that is involving your commitment and your agreement. It's kind of like you agreed to buy the car, and then as you're driving out of the parking lot, you see that other car in that other car lot, and you think, oh no, that's the one. That was the one I was looking for, but I've already signed the papers on this one, right? And so that's kind of this sinking feeling where it feels like our whole dream, whatever this path is for you. Now, I don't think it's a car. I don't think it's like material goods. I think it's about your exalted life, right? That's the phrase that keeps coming to my mind, your exalted life. Your higher position, achieving that level of life that you wanted, whether it's career, family, friends, whether maybe you're retired already. Maybe this is something to do with, your volunteer work, your community work. Maybe you're retired. Maybe you're still working, right? Well, a lot of us are, I expect to be. And this is really, this is that level of success, that height, that mastership, that mastery that you want to achieve. And I think that you're like one step away from it. But something is going on where that last step seems kind of out of reach. And so now what this step toward your success is, now it almost feels like we have to use this as our life preserver just to get to the safety of the Four of Pentacles. Now, it could be that you're saving up money. This is an example. You're saving up money to buy your dream home, to take your dream vacation, to do whatever, pay off all your debts, whatever, some sort of exalted position that you've been really working toward. And it has this dream essence, this love, this joy to it. We're almost there, and then suddenly there's this big expense. Maybe it's a big legal thing. I don't think it's anything really health related, though it could be. It could be both. It could be legal, health kind of combined. It could be that you suddenly have to take care of somebody. So you're spending now that money, that nest egg that you've saved up. Now it has to be the life preserver. It has to be what bails us out. Okay? And because now all that money is going into just whatever this situation is, we feel like we have to use this money now just to get back to safety, which means that everything that we almost achieved is kind of just sinking down, right? And so I don't know what happened. I'm not predicting any kind of calamity. These are not necessarily predictive tarot readings. What I do is read the energy that's in your life right now. So something is causing this kind of despair in you that we have to use whatever this resource is, whatever was going to be the final step toward your success. Now we have to use it for something else. Now we have to use it just to bail things out. It's like you've got drinking water, right? But instead of drinking it, now you just got a fire to put out and you got to dump it on the fire, you know? And so I don't know exactly what is happening in your life right now, but this is the energy that we're seeing, okay? Let's put everything back where it was here. The Knight of Pentacles, I should just say, is the one that has the vision of the future. So I think you've had this plan for a while. You've kind of known, and you've been able to see it in the distance, and you see it getting closer and closer and closer and closer, and it's almost there. It's almost within your grasp. Okay? And I think it still is, or otherwise we wouldn't really be seeing this energy right now. We'd be seeing kind of the aftermath of it. So I think this is something you're right in the middle of. And going over here to the path of the serpent, we start with the Fool card. And it's your general energy. And the Fool is a couple things. One, you might be kind of beating yourself up saying, gosh, why did I get myself into this position? How did I let myself get here, hanged man, right, into this kind of, so we feel like we're being punished or something, right? We get so close to our goal and then the rope is just a little bit too short. We can't climb across, right? So part of that, I think, with the Fool is us kind of lamenting our own folly in a way. Thinking, God, what did I do? I made so many mistakes and I'm in this position now and it's all because of me and I did all. Okay, yeah, I get that. I get that. The Fool, I think, is also part of this energy now where you're feeling like, oh gosh, now I'm going to have to start all over again. Let's say you were saving up for a car or a house or a vacation or your education or something or paying off debts. Now there's this feeling like, okay, I just got to start over again and start building things up from scratch. I got to start from zero again. I just had to spend my life savings to, I don't know, bail somebody else out or support somebody or, maybe there's some kind of a contract, maybe it's a divorce, maybe it's a legal thing or an estate thing, a family thing, or you have to put in a lot of, medical expenses to take care of somebody or whatever it might be. I'm getting this idea that there's kind of this older family member that needs care in your life, right? And I don't know if that's related to this, but I feel like maybe you're having to put in a lot of your time, effort, money, resources to help that situation, okay? Now, whether this is exactly money that you have to pay for things, or if this is, you now have to kind of stop what you're doing, put your stuff on hold to go take the time to go do it. Maybe it's not a money thing necessarily, but a time, a space thing, that now you have to suspend your plans or your work, your efforts, to take care of something else. You had to stop what you're doing. You had to fly, halfway across the world to go take care of something else, right? Something along these lines. And it's got you feeling a little bit stuck, right? And the Fool is really this kind of expectation, I think, that I'm going to have to just start over now. Now I'm all the way back to the beginning. And I got to start again, right? We'll see if this can progress into something. We see the Ace of Swords here at the end. So I think that there's a different answer here. I don't think it's necessarily you starting over from the beginning. I think that there's kind of a hidden blessing here. There is a silver lining, and this is not as precarious of a situation as we think it is. It's kind of maybe we get to that Four of Pentacles. Maybe we take this this detour, right? And we go to the Four of Pentacles. Maybe this is a lot easier than we think. Maybe things really aren't as bad and we can take care of this and we can get right back to what we were doing and we didn't really lose any ground. We didn't lose any time. It maybe takes a little bit of effort, but we can still arrive here. Okay, in that Hierophant energy, in that that kind of success. It's kind of, for another example, it's like you've landed your dream job. You've been given tenure or professorship or some kind of role somewhere is waiting for you to take it. And you start Monday morning, But then Friday afternoon, there's this family drama, this emergency, this something else happens. And you don't know if you're going to make it there Monday morning. And now you're thinking, there's no way that I can get there in time. And so that opportunity, it's going to slip right through your fingers. That's the feeling, right? It's going to be like water cascading through. You ever try to cup water in your hands? You know, it finds a way to get out, right? Every time. And that's kind of the feeling that we're in now. But I think Spirit has a different idea. I think there's a different plan here. And what we've got to do is well, one, try to remain balanced. Try not to despair. The Hanged Man is a lot of this kind of torturous feeling. We just feel like we're suffering, and we're wallowing in it. We're feeling it like it's overwhelming us, right? It feels like we're stuffing our dream back into our hearts, you know. But let's not do that just yet. Okay, let's keep going. We've got the adjustment card, or the justice card here. And it's in the position of the environment. I think that this is an obligation. This is something that you had already signed on for. This is kind of like, you know, maybe there are two jobs here and there's some overlap. And you start the new job on Monday, but you don't end the old job really technically till Tuesday. So there's a little bit of overlap, and you think, well, they're not going to call me in. You know, it'll be fine. But then they call you last minute and they say, no, we have one more job for you. And then it's just kind of like, oh my God, we're in this position where it feels like there's no way out. There's no way to win, right? So there's some sort of obligation here. And I between the Justice card adjustment and the Empress, I get this idea of some sort of a medical legal situation. And those are complicated. Those are tricky. I don't want to get involved in the details of those. So I feel like there's something in those realms, something in those areas for you, right? Something medical, legal, a mixture of the two in a way, okay? And it really feels like it's an obligation, whether it's to family or friends or whatever it might be. There's this call, there's this charge for you to approach things in a very balanced and professional and dignified way. You may not want to have to go do this, but we need to do it in a very put together way. You got to keep your composure, okay? These two cards are quite different, right? But really, I think a lot of us do this. We put on that professional energy. We put on that. We put on our uniform. You know, even though internally we are not happy, we're suffering. We feel that things are not going our way. There's a whole tangle of emotions going on inside. Yeah. But nevertheless, we put our clothes on, we put our shoes on, we go into the office, and we take care of business. Okay? And this is kind of a card that says right now you don't want to, but you've got to take care of business. Right? And whatever the situation is, I think that you're being, back to the Hierophant again, you're kind of being called on to be the one that can take care of business. And maybe this is a family thing. Maybe no one else is really in a position right now where they can take care of business and make the decisions that need to be made. Okay? It feels like you're the only one really that can do this right now. And the feeling is kind of, it was a mixture of feelings, I think, because in some ways I think you would reasonably expect someone else can take care of this. Why do I have to stop what I'm doing to go take care of this thing? Surely there's somebody else that is capable enough to do it. But for whatever reason, it's falling on you. And it's kind of something that we could try to argue against it and try to get out of it. But I almost feel like that's going to tangle up your energy even more than just going and doing it, getting it over with, right? Dealing with not only the frustration of you having to stop what you're doing and do something else, but also the feelings and emotions that you have connected with that other scenario, whatever it might be. And it might be, like I said, it might be some sort of family thing, a medical, legal kind of thing. It could be that there's a family member in legal trouble, right? Maybe you're the lawyer, you're the one that's kind of most knowledgeable about the issue, and so it's falling on you to kind of get on a plane and go deal with it. But the Empress is in the position of what we don't want. We don't want to be the one to take care of everybody. I think this card's kind of saying you've done that. You've taken care of people a lot already. Yeah. And I almost wonder if you've bailed a lot of people out in your life, in your family maybe, that you've been the one, you've been kind of the rock, and everybody has leaned on you a lot in your life, especially in your adult life, And so it's kind of, I have this feeling that you're done being like everyone's parent, but yet you still can't say no. There's still this kind of obligation or whatever. For whatever reason, there's an obligation there. Even though really, mentally, emotionally, you're done. We don't want to be everyone's parent. Okay. So this is the energy that we don't want, but nevertheless, it is here. But the next one, that Ace of Swords, interesting, right? That's clarity. That's peace of mind. This is kind of like, for some reason, you're not worried anymore. You're not stressed out anymore. Something happens, something clicks. Something falls into place, something kind of cancels each other out, and it's just now clarity, purity, calm. It's kind of a divine hand. And it kind of feels like, if we're using the analogy of you got that one job, but then something comes up, you'll never be able to make it on Monday. And what do I do? It's terrible. I'm gonna miss the opportunity. But then over the weekend, you get a message from that new job that says, oh, hey, we made a mistake. Can you come in on Tuesday instead? Miracles are real. It happens, right? And that's just kind of the universe saying, okay, well, now we're going to allow room for both things. Okay, now you're getting that break. You're getting that kind of miraculous convenience where you didn't have to make a phone call and say, hey, I know it's my first day in this extraordinary position, but I can't make it in. You can't call in sick your first day, right? But the universe is now giving you that break where you didn't have to. They called you and said, hey, can you come in maybe the next week or something instead, right? So you're being given that room to breathe by the universe. And I don't know what the situation is. I don't know how that really is going to click together, but that's the energy, right? That through some kind of a divine intervention, you get bailed out of the jam, okay? And so something is bringing you that kind of clarity. Now I'm going to look at the mystery card. Maybe that will kind of give us a clue of how that's coming about, or what the energy is with that, or what the mechanism is for that. You know what I mean? So I don't know what I'm expecting here, honestly. Maybe we could see some more earth energy just to show that you're kind of getting back on course, but maybe we need more water energy. Maybe we need a 6 of cups. The harmony, the love, the joy. It's everything just fits together perfect. It's all right. Everything's good. Right? Everything works out. I'm thinking 6 of cups. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Here we go. Oh, 5 of swords. 5 of swords is this is what's going on inside. This is the mental aspect of it. Now we've got that 5 of swords, so we know the 5 of swords is there. This is kind of why that Ace of Swords is so important, because we have the 5. We are the 5 of swords. That we have all these confusing thoughts. We're trying to figure out how can I be in 2 places at once? How can I make everybody happy? How can I How can I follow my path and reach my goal, but still be halfway across the world bailing somebody else out? What do I do? How do I figure this out? Logically, there's no way. What we need is a miracle, right? And then we get the ace. Calm, clear, the miracle, right? And this, I think, is kind of, it's a card that says, yeah, this is our mental state. It's a no-win situation. There's no way for you to be in two places at once, right? This isn't Multiplicity, right? That movie, remember that movie? Michael Keaton, love Michael Keaton. We can't logically figure out how to make everything work, everything fit together. It's like we have that resource, and it's like I can't just clone it and use it in two places at once. I have that glass of water. I can't both drink it and put the fire out with it. Who needs it more, right? So it's a no-win situation. Okay, but the miracle, that Ace of Swords, somehow the light from above, the divine intervention takes place, and we get out of that mess. All right. And I think I feel a calm has come over the studio here. I feel that things are just, we're going to deal with it. We're going to do what we have to do. We're going to make the best choices that we can make. You're in between a rock and a hard place. You're in a tight spot, right? Seen that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Damn, I'm in a tight spot. It's a no-win situation. No way out of it. We're going to make the best choices in the moment that we feel we can make. And I feel like the divine energy is going to create some space, create some breathing room. It's not going to just hand you what you want in some kind of, in that kind of overtly miraculous way. It's not just literally a pot of gold going to materialize out of thin air for you. No. Spirit's going to create a chain reaction, right? It's going to seem probable, but very kind of implausible, right? Or maybe I have that backwards. But through a series of events, it's that other person calling and saying, hey, we made a mistake. You got to start a week later, right? Something's going to happen that's going to create that chain of events to give you the breathing room. And just know that that is the divine intervention, right? That is the divine hand at work here. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There is one down below. New readings for Capricorn Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And I appreciate it. I want you to leave me a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I like to see how widespread our community is. We have an audience that spans the entire globe, and I really do enjoy seeing that in the comments. I read every comment. I want you to know, Capricorn, that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.